A week later, we said goodbye to our families. We hopped on a plane and we moved into the Beverly Hilton. And that's where we started to dig into our research and prepare for the interviews.
Yeah, as it happens, we took the whole question of security very seriously. And from day one, we kept all our files in a locked safe.
Who was the guy that Mike interviewed? Was that Haldeman?
Haldeman. And Ehrlichman.
I always get the Germans mixed up. I'm a little confused about that. What is Haldeman's official hello, darling?
As for the work over the months, we divided it into 3 sections. Birt took Vietnam, Bob took foreign and domestic policy, and I got Watergate and the abuses of power. And David, we never really saw much of David. All right, so what about the Houston plan?
You can see the seeds of dirty tricks. Essentially, it's an attempt to legalize dirty tricks.
That's why you gotta get David to put it in the question. You gotta wiretapping students.
They've traced the money to him.
Opening people's mail.
What about wiretapping?
How many people is it wiretapped?
This guy wiretapped 17 people.
17?
Including his own brother. But you know what? We can't ask him about his brother, because frankly, if Donald Nixon was my brother, I'd wiretap him too.
But wait, okay, so we have breaking and entering. We have wiretapping, conspiracy to foster prostitution. Now that's Liddy, right?
Delivery, courtesy of Nate and Al's finest deli selection. Right, what do we that?
How do we frame a question about Cambodia, about the illicit bombing
I
in
think
Cambodia?
you should say, how far do you take executive privilege before it becomes an undemocratic
I think you
event?
framed the question to him as a Quaker.
How do you feel as a Quaker about annihilating an entire people?
Come on, are they really interested in buying time? Are they going to give us the money? How serious are they?
You have to set up that he has an anti-democratic personality. There's a reason they call him Tricky Dick.
Because I had written about and watched Nixon for years, I got to play him in our rehearsals. You know, the fellas would throw me a question, and I would try and anticipate what his response might be.
Okay, the White House taping system.
Ours was not the first administration to use taping systems. Lyndon Johnson's White House used them, so did Kennedy.
Houston plant, wiretapping, and alleged abuses of power.
Well, let me tell you, other administrations were up to far worse.
And just for fun, your close friend, Jack Kennedy.
That man, he screwed anything that moved, fixed elections, and took us into Vietnam. And the American people, they loved him for it. Whereas I, Richard Milhouse Nixon, worked around the clock in their service, and they hated me. Look. Now I'm sweating. Damn it! Damn it! And Kennedy's so goddamn handsome and blue-eyed, and women all over him. He screwed anything that moved and everything. Had a go at checkers once. The poor little bitch was never the same.
Gentlemen, finally a friend in the American press.
Jack Anderson in the Washington Post. When Richard Nixon faces the television cameras for his first interview since he abandoned the White House, he'll be cross-examined as if he were on the witness stand. Frost has hired 3 crack investigators to help him with the research. Clearly, the famous TV interviewer will pull no punches.
Crack investigators.
Can I be crack one?
Can I be deep crack?
David, can I talk to you for a second? After researching my last book, I was pretty certain Colson, you know, Charles Colson, his darkest henchman.
Colson, right.
Colson had a meeting with Nixon sometime before June 23rd, but I never knew the exact date, so I couldn't find the transcript. But if you gave me a week back in the federal courthouse library...
A week? Goodness, Jim, we can't lose you for that long.
I think this is really good stuff.
Would that be something I can help you with?
You know, if we're gonna nail Nixon in these interviews, we're gonna have to ambush him. We're gonna have to take him by surprise.
Don't worry, Jim. We'll get him anyway.
Hang on a sec. David, Jack Brenner. He sounds a little emotional.
I'll take it in.
I'll be right with you. Yeah.
Jack!
Watergate.
Yes, Jack.
Our lawyers want us to agree on a definition of the word.
Well, I believe it's a large hotel and office complex in Washington, Jack.
You know what I'm talking about. For the interviews. We want to propose that Watergate be an umbrella term for everything negative.
Hold on a minute. So, all the other domestic charges against him, the Brookings Institute, the Plumbers Unit, the Enemies List, you're saying all that goes into Watergate?
Correct.
That is absurd, and a clear breach of the terms of our agreement.
Okay. How would you define Watergate?
Well, that it covers just that, the Watergate break-in of June 17th and the subsequent cover-up and investigations.
Fine, in which case the deal is off.
Fine. In which case you can expect a lawsuit for something in excess of $20 million in damages and loss of earnings.
The terms of the contract clearly stipulate that Watergate take up no more than 25% of the time.
Yes, but nowhere does it say that for the rest of the 75%, he gets to drone on and sound presidential.
Drone on. Jesus Christ. Where's your respect? You remember who you're talking about here. You know as well as I do that 60% of what he did in office was right, and 30% may have been wrong, but he thought it was right at the time.
Yes, but that still leaves 10% where he was doing the wrong thing and knew it.
You goddamn media people. You are so smug. Well, I can guarantee you, if you screw us on the 60%, I will ruin you if it takes the rest of my life.